Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, we're going to take a look at the Talisker 8 2021 version, Dustin. Third time's the charm?
We didn't have the first one. I heard that was a charm.
I heard that was the charm. Second one was not the charm.
No.
Worst bottle I have in my whiskey collection. Will be here for quite some time. This one coming in at 59.7% ABV. Got a new design on the front. What's it, Sea Dragon?
I guess apparently if you drink whiskey, you're apparently fighting a pink penis-shaped dragon.
Oh, no, this thing was in God of War. It was Hydra. I bet it is.
Still looks like a scaly penis to me.
All right, so Dustin, I missed out on the first Talisker 8 from a couple years back, 2019. Got to 2020, jumped on it. Was terribly disappointed in that whiskey.
Yeah, I've been criticized for my score on that one, and folks, I maintain it's garbage.
Rum cask?
Yes.
Terrible whiskey.
Garbage.
Terrible whiskey. I'll never drink it again. I won't even give it to people I dislike. All right, Dustin. You said, let's give this another try. I said no. And then you bought a bottle, tried it, and you said, let's give it another try.
Yeah.
All right, so
this one is supposed to be their most peated Talisker ever.
Well, certainly light.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's 8 years old, and it's bourbon cask, and the showcase here is going to be the malt.
As they all are with 8-year-old whiskeys, I would think, unless it's a first fill aggressive cask. But when you say bourbon cask, 8 years old, it's the spirit.
I think that's what the first one was. I can't remember, to be honest.
All right. Young, peppery Talisker initially.
Get a lot of sweetness, a lot of vanilla.
It is sweeter.
It is youthful. I don't get a lot of the Talisker spice I'm used to getting.
Not pepper. That's obviously missing.
Yeah, it's completely void. It's very clean to me, and then at the end,
Very clean.
I can't tell if it's wood or slight peated smoke. I can't tell which one it is, but there's something there. It's wood or peat.
No, the tail end's almost like an ashy coal fire. Ash, which I assume that's probably peat. It could be an overly charred barrel.
That's where I think my head is at. But yeah, I mean, it could be a really charred barrel.
Both by the distillery, the peated whiskey, and depending on the type of cask or how I guess they toasted them,
But then again, I mean, the color tells me probably not toasted casks.
Agreed.
So
8 years is not a long time.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
but there's nothing offensive. I don't get that off the still notes at all. I don't get that sourness.
Yeah, definitely the difference between this 21 and the 2020 from last year. There were notes in the 2020 that I did not like at all. Very off-putting notes.
It was offensive right from the get-go.
And it never really got better. The offense was the show. This one, I mean, it's obviously not blowing me away here, but it's very pleasant.
Yeah.
A little bit of citrus. None of that normal Talisker peat that you would think of. None of the creaminess on the nose that normally I'd get with, say, like a Talisker 10 or something.
Yeah.
But just bare Talisker.
I mean, it just comes off as really good new make and like the best possible way you could describe that.
Another way to say that is a bit boring.
It is definitely a bit boring.
Underwhelming is another word I'd probably use.
This is not a nosing whiskey, so I'm going to go start drinking.
Everything's very light. I'm almost picking up maybe like a soft banana in here. A little bit of vanilla. Again, it's a pleasant whiskey. It's definitely a better whiskey than the 2020 was, and I can tell that just from the nose, because there was nothing redeeming about that one. What was that, rum cask?
Yeah. And there were some tired rum casks.
This is a nice bourbon cask. I don't think it's first fill.
Probably not. Oh, man.
What are you picking up?
So it's a whole different experience on the palate. It's got some spice to it. Definitely has that peat note coming through. That clean vanilla sweetness that we were nosing comes right on through, however. Really nice, pleasant up front initial approach. Nice sweetness. But then this actually has a couple of layers. I mean, they're not super complex. They're not special. But you get spiciness. Then you get some smoke. And then you get some kind of ashiness. And you get like a lingering finish. And it's just this beautiful, viscous, oily mouthfeel.
Comes off cast strength on the palate for sure. You're right. There's smoke. There's this nice little sweet and sour initially. It's kind of sweet at first and goes sour just right after you swallow, just for a minute. When it comes back to sweet. Smoke, ash, a little bit of vanilla.
That sour is maybe a hint of the still kind of coming through is my guess.
But it got covered up quick. You know, here's one thing you have an off note. It's like my old football coach used to say, it's not a sin to get blocked, it's a sin to stay blocked. It's not a sin for a whiskey to kind of move something, but not too much of it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just teaspoon. And again, it was just a moment where it kind of went sour after you swallowed, right in the mid palate. And then it just transitioned to sweetness, which was nice. Got to bounce back and forth. And then, smoke, ash with a little twinge of vanilla.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think the showcase here, the reason why you would buy this whiskey is for that mouthfeel. Big, creamy, viscous. It reminds me of the old Lagavulin 12s before. I feel like they kind of started coming a little too new-makey. This has a similar mouthfeel and creaminess.
Agreed.
I enjoy drinking it because of that.
Yeah, no, it's a completely different experience than the previous year's sake.
Yeah.
Probably not as good as the first one. We don't know. We've never actually got to try that one. But no, it's when you say that finish is kind of that creamy old school Lagavulin 8 linger with cold ash in the background, just a hint of vanilla.
Yeah.
Again, nice whiskey.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of waxiness now coming through.
Nice special release $100 whiskey. If it was a regular release, that's a $60 whiskey. What'd you pay for it?
About 100.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think they're about $80 in the UK, maybe $110 somewhere in that range in the States.
I just always think with Talisker they can do better. I've had so many good independent bottlings of a Khalil and Talisker. I think to myself, like, man, you had it there.
Yeah, part of me is thinking to myself, maybe this whole three 8-year-old whiskeys in 4 years, maybe they're holding back something for a really special bottling coming up.
Or maybe I just want to go with 8-year-old. I mean, seemed to be a catchy age statement all of a sudden after Lagavulin did that 8-year-old.
Or maybe they'll do what Lagavulin does, and every few years they'll throw out a banger and they'll just keep knocking out 8-year-olds.
Maybe like the 12.
Yeah, I mean, truth be told, if they put out something of this quality every year, I'm not rushing out and excited to buy one every year, but
I'm interested enough to try for $100.
Yeah, and I mean, I think again, this is delivering at its price point. Not wowing at the price point, but it's delivering.
And let's be transparent. When we're recording this, March 2022, $100 whiskey, that's pretty good.
Honestly, prices the way they're going, $100 whiskeys are hard to find anymore.
That are good whiskeys that are cask strength.
Yeah, that we want to drink, yeah.
Right. And it is that. I mean, I'd have this again. It wouldn't be first or 30th on my list, but, I wouldn't banish it to the far corner of my distraction bar like I do my other Talisker.
You have the other one. Basically, if you guys can't see it, you can't see this, but Mike has that bottle. And Mike's got every bottle precisely positioned to be exactly the same distance apart, more or less, except the Talisker, which he has somehow nudged as close to the edge as possible, just hoping at some point somebody knocks it off.
It's most likely a bottle to get knocked off. Most likely a bottle, if the sun reflects Goofy one day, to hit that bottle. That's where I'm at with it. Sabotage. All right, Justin.
He's just waiting for somebody to knock that over.
I'll take a picture and throw it in at the end. Dustin, all right, buddy. Where are you as far as the whiskey score on this one?
I'm going to do... I think I'm going to do an 83 on this one, Mike. It's between 83 and 84. I like it. Water added a little more sea salt to it, which I like. Didn't do much else. It's just, I mean, it's not a wow bottle, but
sure.
It is a bottle I would definitely drink. And I mean, I have been. Now, I'll say this. When I drink this bottle, it's usually not the first pour of the night. It's usually the last pour. It's like, I just want something bold to finish the night.
Yeah, you're waiting for your pizza to come or whatever.
Yep.
It's the one you have. No, I get it. It's good for that purpose. Solid whiskey. As far as whiskey score, I was going to say 84. 84. Okay. I mean, I was going to go as high as 85. I wouldn't. Although I think it's decent value today for $100, it wouldn't be something at this point in my whiskey journey that I would invest in.
Yeah, I probably won't buy the next 8 year they do unless I hear... I'm just not going to buy another 8 year from them.
Yeah.
This is, I think, the best you're going to get in terms of
price
at this day and age. I'm thinking if they do another one that's as good as that first one, it's probably going to be a $150 bottle because that's just where the prices are going, and that's just getting out of hand.
Well, we'll see. First we'll share. Maybe I'll think differently.
I still am not doing it. All right, still port, Mike. You might get me.
All right, so if you guys had a chance to try this bottle, let us know what you guys think, or any of the 8-year-olds. So I have a lot of disdain for the 2020, never had the 2019, so if you guys have had that, let us know what you guys think in the comment section. And until next time, Dustin, what wish to folks?
Guys, age might actually matter. It might be more than a number.
Yeah.
Happy drinking.
See you then.